I'm about to press a button and I have no idea if it'll work. Don't worry about me, guys. Holy shit, it worked. All right. I don't know what this do. Okay. Okay, guys. Now all of the chitty chats should come up for me in a second. Bear with me, guys. I'm moving some things. You're technically impaired. Okay, so that is up. So before I get started on TikTok, YouTube did an update and it looks totally different now, and it's kind of throwing me off. Okay. So let's see. Hey BMC, no name, Jim, Danny, E, Working Bum, Lindy, Ryu. Oh, is it illegal now, Ryu? That's interesting. And then we have Lindy, Dan, okay. Alfredo, Panda, Mike, Robinson, Goku, Lane. Yes, sometimes women actually call. It's not that often. And then we have Raya, Little Raya, Cabin, Walosi, Princess, and Bishop. Hello, everybody. Y'all, somebody went to all three chats to say hi. That was cool. Okay, we're getting caught up. Yeah. Again, before I get started on, sorry, this is really throwing me off. Before I get started on, oh, that's not the one I wanted to do. TikTok, my mods, there might be 3 chats. I'm really unsure. YouTube did an update and I don't know enough about it yet to figure out what's going on. Okay. Now we're getting the TikTok running in a second. Hello. Eventually it will run. We'll find out. There we go. All of that's already updated. That might not be updated. I believe I said hi to everybody. And boom. Okay. And then we'll read that in a second. Oh, just trying to get stuff going. Quote of the day: the measure of our greatness is not in how many serve us, but in how faithfully we serve others. Okay. Yes, guys. I am doing good. I'm sorry that I missed yesterday. Just had life stuff going on, unfortunately. So let me be clear, guys. Summer is perfectly fine. Okay. It was my stepdaughter's dog got put down. So, because she was old and was literally just walking in circles and just couldn't find her way. So that happened, unfortunately. So it was a lot. So we just took the night off for obvious reasons. That's a lot to deal with. So it is very sad. Nobody wants that for a dog, of course. But hello, everybody. We're back. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. So hi, racers. Hey, Kay. Welcome in, y'all. Marco, thank you. Thank you for getting us started with the heart me's and whatnot. And I put this on too early. Okay, I put that on too early. Got all excited for a second. Thank you, guys. Well, it's not my dog. Let me be clear. It's not my dog. Summer is good. So it was just stepdaughter's dog. So not my dog. Still very sad. My animals are 2 cats and then Summer, who is a dog, but she's good. Yeah. It was more hard on the kiddo and her dad because I met the dog once because she doesn't stay with us. So, love animals though. Yeah. The There we go. That's the right way to go. Thank you, Duncan. Family members, yes. And also, my stepmother also just had surgery yesterday, so it was kind of just a very long day. Stepmother is fine. She's doing good. She's recovering. So, it was a very long Monday. It was just a very long Monday. And that just kind of happens, you know? Yeah, cats are awesome. So are dogs, though. Life does get in the way, Meg. Okay. Let's get this open up. Wee you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Taraya. Oh, I think I said your name wrong. So if I did, please let me know. Oh, Parkers, I'll just message you. You're good multitasking. Hey, Penelope. Yes, I got my stickers back up and loaded. That one is hard to see if it's not over my skin. But yeah, I got my stickers back up and loaded. Why did I say that? Parker said she had it muted. What up? Yes? What's up, P? What's up, Lady Auntie P? Yes, I know. I get off by that time. I'm gonna try. I might be 5 minutes late. Hey, Tim. What was I gonna do? Oh, just working life. You had French toast is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
22.
22. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
What has me questioning it?
Yes.
I would say I'm in full support of it.
You're in full support. Got it. Okay. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told just since he was inaugurated into office?
3 lies?
Yes.
No.
You can't think of any lies that he's told since he was in office? Just since he was inaugurated?
I could probably maybe think of 6 or 7 things that he's done right.
Oh. Okay. But you can't think of any lies. Okay. Let's try this. Did Donald Trump end 7 wars?
That
You are breaking up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he solved 7 wars. I'd think that claim is absurd.
Okay. Well, Donald Trump continues to say it even when he met with the UK Prime Minister today.
Oh.
Oh.
Do you know for when specifically you do that say for when that is?
Say for when that is. What?
this specifically for like when of it's an interest or whatever.
Can you rephrase your question?
Oh shoot. Oh wait. Oh wait. Okay. I forgot what I was gonna ask.
Okay.
Hello?
So, can you agree with me that Donald Trump lied about ending 7 wars?
Uh yeah, I guess so. I'd say that
Okay.
statement is false.
Cool. Donald Trump also said that he's not going to strip people away from Medicaid, Social Security, or Medicare. Do you believe him?
Yes.
You do? Have you read any part of HR 1?
No.
No? Do you know what HR 1 is?
Yes.
Cool. So you know about all of the budgetary cuts to those programs that are going to result in 10 to 17 million American citizens losing access to their health care?
No.
Are you saying no as in you didn't know, or no as in you disagree with that?
I did not know of that.
Gotcha. Well,
Why
that's
would that happen?
why would that happen? So it's because they're planning on paperworking individuals to death, right? So they're increasing deadlines, they're increasing what would be considered a work requirement. And we've already seen this, and hey, owls, we've already seen this occur in states like Arkansas and Georgia, where specifically in Arkansas, when they tried to institute a work requirement policy for anyone receiving Medicaid, that they had to work a certain number of hours in a week or in a month, sorry. That 92% of all of the individuals who lost their Medicaid were already meeting the work requirements. They just missed a line or missed a filing date on the paperwork. And then as a result of that, they didn't have health insurance for the next 6 months.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know are there any things that you would agree that Trump is doing that's on his agenda and anything that he's done well?
As of right now, sure, the no tax on tips policy, great. It specifically benefits me.
Oh, that's good.
Yep. So, I mean, and also it's a great start. It's a pretty progressive idea anyways. Also, no tax on overtime. Well, I think it has severe limitations and it's not far reaching. And it's kind of obfuscated, like how it's purported is obfuscated, because the truth of the matter is it's not a no tax on tips. It's a tax deduction at the end of the year, right? And so the way that it's said is not really a lie, but it's not correct either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for having this conversation.
Yeah, no problem, man. Enjoy your Tuesday.
You too.
Okay, bye. Trying to find my mouse. I think I don't know if he was serious or if he just really wanted to know information. Either way, I mean, that's cool. I do have a mouse. I was trying to find this mouse on the screen. Trump stopped the War of 1812. That's funny. Okay. So, JM, real quick, I'll go ahead and answer this for you. Tax on tips isn't even helpful. What are you talking about? Okay. So, when it comes to no tax on tip, with the way that the bill is written, hey, Twista, and hey, Mr. Wills, I saw you in here. It's for electronic tips and for cash tips. Cash tips, which already can, to a degree, already don't have to be claimed because nobody knows how much cash you left work with if you're getting cash tips. But as far as the electronic tips, yeah, that directly benefits me for the 25,000 that I get to claim. I doubt I'm even up that point. Giddy up. But I get to claim up to that amount when I file my taxes next year for everything that I've made on these apps. So, and it also will help servers. The issue is it does bring down your overall income total, right? So while it helps your bottom line and your bottom pocket, it doesn't help you look good to companies if you need money. I looked the wrong way. Thanks, Matt. Oh, I don't think my healthcare is what? Y'all are asking weird. Yes, Tim, you so you that I'll answer that question off live because that's just gonna be easier that way. Just because it's not relatable to everybody on here. But yeah, it is a thing. See, Bishop gets it. Here you go. Give your tax person some more to claim. Yeah. Like there's almost no way I've made the full amount. I should thank Trump. I just said he did something good, CMAC. I don't know if you were listening or what. But by the way, guys, the call lines are back open. Otherwise, we can kind of talk about how embarrassing it must feel to be Pam Bondi today. You know what I mean? It must be pretty embarrassing to be Pam Bondi today. Is anybody else feeling that way? And yes, Neb, it's a good start, but it's not comprehensive enough. I agree. The no tax on tips ends in 2028. Okay. Oh, Pam Bondi just could not like answer any questions. Just not answer a single one. It's over there being like, well, you know, that's an open case. I can't talk about that. That's an open case. I can't talk about that. And even the senators were like, there's no open case. You can talk about it. That's an open case. I can't talk. It's not open. Thank you, Hugo, for the 6 jewels. So I will say this, the reason why, yeah, but then she talks about Comey, which is an active open case, right? So funny. There we go. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
What up? I made it online, finally.
You sure did. How old are you?
I'm over 21. That's all that matters. Yeah, you're actually a day older than I am. That's pretty nifty.
Okay.
I don't know about year, though.
No worries. Can I get your age within a 5-year age range?
Between 25 and 35. Is that what you were
5-year
asking?
age range? So
Well,
do you
that's a
mean
10-year age range.
between, yeah, do you mean between 25 and 30 or 30 and 35?
We'll just say 21 to 30. How about that? My bad. I jumped up. Anyway.
Gotcha. So what has you supporting questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
That's a great question. I guess it sounds conspiratorial, but I think there's more going on in the world than we know about, I guess. And I'm questioning where people's allegiances truly lie and if it is all for the betterment of our country.
Okay, so whose allegiances and who do they owe them to?
I think that if you are a part of the American system, your allegiance should be to America.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think that makes sense. I don't know what discussion we're on today, because I see you scrolling when I'm scrolling through my reels and whatnot, and then I'll watch 5-10 minutes or so whenever I got time. And I just saw you, and then it looked like no one was calling, so I was like, shoot, let me call in.
Okay. So are you able to tell me three lies that Donald Trump has said since he was inaugurated into office?
3 lies.
Yep.
That would mean I'd have to watch everything he says.
No, not really.
I'd have to watch a little bit.
Some things. I would hope
Yeah.
that some people watch some of anything that any president says.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but a lot of us actually have a bunch of our time tied up in other facets of life. And, I know that sounds kind of like a bit of a, caveat in some type of weird way, but I think it's completely justifiable too.
Okay, so you can't think of a single lie that Donald Trump has told since January 20th?
Since January 20th?
Yeah, it's only 9 months.
I mean, actually, you're probably correct. There are some, that's with any politician, though, literally any of them, is they all lie to a certain degree. But if I want to, I guess, commit that to memory, certain phrases or, things has been said, I don't consider that super important in my personal life.
That Donald Trump lied, or what's not important?
Trying to follow along, and I understand it is important, but to my life personally, not so much. Because I think the last thing I heard coming in here before I decided to randomly call in was y'all were talking about the no taxation on tips.
Yeah, it wasn't far-reaching enough, and it has an end date, but it does directly benefit me because he asked me if there was anything that he's done that I liked, and I'm like, sure, no tax on tips. No tax
Oh,
on
sweet.
overtime is also a
So,
decent start, but it's not
I
phrased
agree.
correctly.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that one, because where I'm at, they just recently started offering overtime. They had a different system, which wasn't directly proportional to overtime, but I think with enough of us complaining about it enough, they have finally opened it up. So I agree with that. And also, I do have a lot of friends in the oil industry, and that has nothing but overtime. And I just hear it's like, bro, we have to do this overtime because we have to get these jobs done, and that puts them in a much higher tax bracket than, let's say, they're reasonably living at currently. So then that just ends up kind of taking more away from them. So I agree with that. I do really like that.
Yeah, so do you know what the limit is by chance on the no tax on overtime?
I do not. That would be actually great to know.
Yeah, so it's 12,500 is the limit to what up to someone can claim. And from what it sounds like is that your friends in the oil industry are going to reach that pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly. But I
Yeah.
mean, that, could be skewed as sounding bad a certain way, but at the same time that it's an extra 12,000 you're not getting taxed on.
Oh no, I mean,
So
I
that,
agree. That's why I said like it's there, it was implemented. I think that the way that it's phrased is incorrect because it's not truly what it is, because I'm sure your friends can attest that the taxes are most assuredly coming out of their paychecks every single paycheck. So it's really just a tax deduction. The only one that's more factual is going to be no tax on tips, because the majority of tips are already not taxed.
and not taxed as in not reported.
Correct.
I feel you. I wouldn't report it either. Screw the
Yeah.
IRS. All right. Feel like I may be the last call of the night. So let's go, since I'm new here, and let's see if anyone else has just randomly popped on stream. Would you like to tell me 3 lies Donald Trump has said?
Oh, I promise you, people have been calling in. I just have it on Do Not Disturb so that we're not hearing the beep beeping. Sure. Let's see. Oh gosh, there's actually quite a bit that we can choose from. Let's see. Who pays for tariffs? So like, let me lay it out more simple.
If we want to break down who paid,
If we have a 15%, I'll just give an example. If we have a 15% tariff on Spain, on imports from Spain, who's paying that 15% of the value of the goods shipped to the United States government?
to get them over here, they have to eat that cost, not eat it. They have to take that cost and pay that so they can get their stuff over here. But what
Who
they
is
will
they?
most likely end up doing is each company that is sending products over. But what most likely would end up happening is to protect their pockets and their shareholders, they would add that extra 15% on top of their product. So, you know, like a t-shirt costs like $20, you know, whatever. They'll add 15% on top of that to then cover.
Okay, so I just want to be sure. Are we talking about the foreign exporter or the American importer is paying the 15%?
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I was under the impression that the export, but once it got to, you know, their stores and whatnot, said product, they would then just raise the price of that product to cover the cost of that tariff they had to pay.
Yes. So it's the American importer that is paying the 15% tariff to the American government in order to bring in goods from the countries overseas, right? So like other countries, including Canada. Sorry, I can't say overseas. Forget that we have got more right next to us. So that's why I wanted to make sure what you meant. And yes, the cost of tariffs eventually gets passed down to the consumers in some way, shape, or form. We already have American companies like Procter and Gamble announcing that they're no longer able to eat the cost of the tariffs and that they're passing it on and raising the cost, the price of goods on the shelves.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
I like the idea of bringing manufacturing back to the States if we can. And I understand, you know, smaller little knick-knacky items, probably not. But hopefully bigger, you know, more industrial sized or anything bigger consumer basis, I would hope that we could.
And how many manufacturing jobs, actually, let me phrase this slightly different. Okay. Do you think, because that is also Donald Trump's line, right? Tariffs are going to bring manufacturing back to the United States, right? He says it so many times, all right? Do you think that we are in a net positive or a net loss when it comes to manufacturing jobs, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics for 2025?
Are you asking if after these policies have been enacted, are we seeing a resurgence or a regression?
Yes.
Sadly, probably a regression.
Correct. Just in the month of...
If I would have to make an educated guess.
You are correct. Just in the month of August alone, we lost 12,000 manufacturing jobs. Since January of 2025, in total, we've lost 78,000 manufacturing jobs. As of right now,
do we know which of these jobs, these manufacturing job, what style of job it was and what they did?
No, they don't. The Bureau of Labor Statistics isn't going to pinpoint the exact people or industries that lost it.
I would like to know the industry, which I guess is no longer able to function.
I mean, I don't know about no longer able to function. That's a good question, I guess.
Well, I guess maybe, you know, not function, but I get extremely limited to. I mean, if we're losing jobs based on that, then we can agree that it's not functionable, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, I get it. The numbers argument, but I'd like to know the industries and the jobs that, got pushed out type of thing.
Yeah, so they're probably, and this is just going to be also an educated guess based off of these particular companies already reporting that they're going to be suffering a loss by the end of the year, would be the automotive industry. Because a lot of them have said we're not going to increase the cost of our vehicles that we sell on the lot just to cover the cost of tariffs. Giddy up. So
No,
Ford, for
okay.
example, is
Okay, so
reporting or projecting a $6 billion loss just for 2025 because of the tariffs. So at that
which
point, it would
which car
be
company?
Ford Motor Company,
Okay.
for example.
Okay. Yeah. No. I didn't hear. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I think that that would be a safe guess, right? To say that they're probably experiencing loss. I do know for a fact that our American oil companies are reporting, like, so one of them has already started layoffs for the month of October worldwide, not just in the United States, but worldwide. And then we have several more, I think it's about 7 or 8 more, that have announced that they're starting to do their layoffs and furloughs come January of 2026. And what we saw from the last Bureau of Labor Statistics report is that right now we have more unemployed individuals in this country than we have jobs available. So, as a whole, compared to what we saw in June of 2025, where we had more jobs available than we had people to fill them, just in 2 short months, that gap closed and flopped. Flipped.
Okay. So on some of those other industries, I don't really know. Since I do kind of like cars, I might be able to talk on the cars one a little bit better. That might resonate closer to home for me. So if we're saying Ford are they losing money on exporting, or were you saying importing earlier?
Importing, because tariffs are a cost that the American importer pays to the United States government, whereas Donald Trump tells
Yes. But
everybody it's the
what
foreign
is Ford
company.
importing? What are, I guess, maybe materials, maybe aluminum or steel, or
Giddy up.
because I don't know
Yeah, I can
that
do a quick search
I believe we
for what exactly
yeah,
they
I believe we
import.
manufacture the parts here. I'm not, I can't,
Giddy up.
100%, say yes or no on that one. But, the Ford Motor Company started in America, and, I would like to think that they still manufacture most of their stuff here. Now, I know that they send some, they make a lot of trucks, and they used to make a lot of Focuses down in Mexico and then just have them transported up here and sold here. So is that, I guess, what we're talking about, what's still going on? Are most of the F platforms, all the trucks, are they still made down in Mexico and now we have to import them back up? Because I know, speaking of, we'll switch to a different company, Toyota, that Toyota, this was years ago, this wasn't, super recently. Toyota, they started it was some other type of tariff or some sort of situation going on, tax on the good and whatnot. And
do you want me to go ahead and tell you what Ford imports? I don't want to get off.
And one second.
Sure.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, no, this is just broad idea. It's not just switching everything. But then they started manufacturing stuff here. Same thing with Nissan. I believe they manufacture their trucks here. So 2 different Japanese companies started, manufacture, or we'll just say manufacturing plants here. And that's how they skirted around that. And that would add to the point of bringing jobs here. So that's part of what so we'll go back to what you were saying. What does Ford import?
Yeah, so they import
oh
no, you're good. They import a variety of different things, and darn, I thought that was going to give me simpler options. But so auto parts specifically, so parts to put into the vehicles, okay? Wiring looms, fasteners, sensors. They also import parts for the air conditioners that, we we all benefit from inside of cars, right? So according to the Observatory of Economic Complexity, it's a very wordy business name. In 2025, Ford Motor Company's top imported product was, in fact, air conditioners, with a total of 1,453 units, accounting for 27.5% of its total imports.
Wait, only 1,000 units?
Yeah. I don't know how much
Air
air
conditioning.
conditioners.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for-
but I do know
for-
that a lot
for-
of
for-
places
to go
import
inside the vehicle.
airbags. Yeah, and a lot of companies also import airbags from China and Japan.
You see, that number just doesn't make sense to me. Like
Well, that's only as
1,000?
of September.
I could see. Okay. So should we just say like about 1,000 a month then?
Yeah, but that's
So,
only for
12,000 a
the
year.
vehicles that are being manufactured within the United States, because Ford still makes vehicles outside of the United States and imports them into the United States when they're done.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I'd like to know which models, though. I'm not going to have you look a bunch of stuff up. Okay, I mean, that's redundant, beyond the point. But I'm trying to think on things that we could just, in turn, manufacture here and solve that. I mean, if we're talking air conditioning units, they've got to be pumping out more than 1,000 vehicles a week. Well, I mean, we can even say like 2,000, whatever, just 2,000 vehicles a week. I mean, those numbers don't sound big enough to cause concern.
I mean, I get it, but it's
Does that make sense?
it's still costing them money, though. They're still reporting that it's going to cost them $2 to $6 billion by the end of the year.
Okay. Well, I mean, we both agree that, tariffs affect people negatively.
Correct.
Kind of
they
went on
do.
a different tangent there. We kind of shifted around there, got on some more specifics and whatnot. But I guess we can keep moving on. So we talked about tariffs. What's the next thing?
Well, I think yeah, that's it for tariffs. Do you think that Donald Trump ended 7 wars?
7 wars?
Yeah, it's his favorite number he's been telling. Well, aside from 2 weeks. But yeah, the tariffs part was the lie, because he says that the foreign countries pay the United States government the tariffs, and they don't.
So, okay. So we're going to go to 7 wars. 7 wars. Maybe he's counting possible preventions that would probably have included the last term that he had. Like,
Oh, no, he
whenever I
says
guess
7 wars in 7 months.
Well, I mean, the world is kind of in a bunch of crazy conflict right now, much broader than just what's happening in the Middle East and everything. But which wars is he talking about?
Sure, yeah. Because he finally listed all of them at his UN speech, we finally have the full list of it, right? So he said Iran and Israel, Egypt and Ethiopia, the Democratic Republic of Congo, which he just says Congo, which is incorrect because people forget that there are 2 Congos, and Rwanda, Armenia and Azerbaijan. Sorry, he says Albania and he can't get that one right. Cambodia and Thailand, India and Pakistan, Serbia and Kosovo.
I do remember about a couple of those starting to pop off.
Yeah. So I don't believe in giving credit to a leader that claims starting the war credit for ending the war. So, for example, when Iran and Israel, their 12-day war started in June, Donald Trump, after Bibi Netanyahu authorized the bombing of Iranian nuclear sites, specifically went out on his True Social and was like, I helped Bibi Netanyahu arrange that plan. I did that. I did that. Right? So, oh, I know, Mario. I'm going to get to that one last, okay? Because it's the last one on my list. So I don't give someone credit for ending a war that he claims to have assisted in starting, because that's just like, oh, you want a band-aid for breaking something and then putting it back together sloppily? Okay, because we didn't damage the nuclear facilities in the way that he claims, because even our own intelligence here has said that we've only set them back maybe 2 years, and then now Iran is being like, we're definitely making nuclear boom booms now, right? So it didn't deter them from anything that they wanted to do. Egypt and Ethiopia wasn't even a war. It's a diplomatic disagreement that they have over the Nile and trade routes, which they still haven't settled. So that's still ongoing. The only thing that Donald Trump got in was, we're a part of those trade routes whenever y'all are done settling it, right? No war was actually happening there. The Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, well, the problem with that is people are still being killed in the Congo by a militia group called M23, which is the group that's been killing the Congolese. And he didn't negotiate with them. He just negotiated with Rwanda, which is fine, negotiate with the government. Rwanda's been paying the militia group to do their acts, and that hasn't stopped. We found that out from international bodies doing research, right, before this occurred. So people are still dying in Congo, and all he did was make a mineral trade deal with them. Armenia and Azerbaijan, all they did was sign an agreement to eventually come to an agreement to end the war. And nothing further has been signed because Azerbaijan is demanding that Armenia change what land they consider their land, which means updating their constitution. And that requires on a vote from their population, similar to 26 states in the United States that require votes for that. So that hasn't occurred yet. So that's still ongoing. It's not ended yet. And by the way, that agreement that they proposed that was signed in his office, that was something that they came up with in March of 2025 together, that they'd been working on for a year. So he's just taking participation credit for them signing it in front of him. Cambodia and Thailand. He tried calling them and was like, hey, you want to do business with the United States, so you should end the war. And Thailand's like, I don't want any interference or assistance from any Western country. And so what they ended up doing was meeting in Malaysia to make their deal 3 days later. Literally, the Prime Minister of Thailand was like, I don't want your help, Donald. Bye. And Cambodia says as much, that Thailand didn't have any kind of conversations with Donald Trump. India and Pakistan, very similar story. Very similar story. India says Trump had nothing to do with it because Prime Minister Modi said, I don't want to talk to you. No, you're not assisting with this, because it's always been a very long-standing tradition that foreign countries do not get involved with their relations with Pakistan. And even Pakistan at the United Nations Summit said in their speech that India had no knowledge of their talks with Trump. Serbia and Kosovo isn't even in war. They haven't been in war.
Wait, hold on. So we kind of skipped over on some of the other ones.
Oh no, I did all 7.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
But so the Indian-Pakistan thing. So you just said the Pakistani government was talking to Trump.
Mm-hmm. Because they are the ones, they were the aggressors.
But the Indian government didn't know that they were speaking with Trump.
Correct. And the Indian government is very firm that no foreign body gets involved with their diplomatic relations with Pakistan, because that's always been like a hard line for them. Literally always.
No, I get that. But I mean, if you got two kind of superpower countries that look like they're gonna pop off at each other,
They already did
kind of like
pop
they do
off.
every now and again. I mean, I know, but not like really. They've been doing it for centuries.
They killed 12 people.
But so I know. I'm not saying, you know, I'm talking like I don't consider 12 people in a feud between two superpower countries
Guys.
to mean like a full scale war.
Oh no, I mean I agree.
I
I
understand,
wouldn't consider
yeah,
that a
yeah.
war that was occurring, but Donald Trump does. And I don't think either of the prime ministers call it a war. They just called it a conflict or an altercation, right? So
Okay, hold on.
I'm just saying, sounds like Donald Trump is winning a lot of participation trophies on this stuff in an effort to get his Nobel
Well,
Peace Prize.
I don't think that's needing a Nobel Peace Prize makes you, you know, any greater of a person
Oh,
or not.
nobody needs it, but hey.
You can go do nice things without, you know, being handed some piece of flatulence on top of a stage. It's not even in front of everyone. It's just in front of all the important leaders. It's like the Grammys, kind of. For politics nonsense.
Yeah. Why does he think he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize then? And he's like begging for one. To the point where I
To be
think he
fair, I
even
think
threatened them. That
I
was
think
kinda
he's got
odd.
a pretty big. I just think he's got a really big ego.
Yeah,
being honest.
I think he's just jealous of a certain
So,
someone because he
and
brings him up all the time.
I just think that in his world, the world of reality and all that, he's used to constantly winning,
Yep,
and
winning so
so
much.
you know that's patting on the back and, you know, all that other jazz. I mean, come on, that type of attention goes to people's heads. I mean, just look at people who get semi, you know, Z-list celebrity on Instagram once they get a few hits. You know, like some of that stuff kind of goes to their head. But whenever you get it on an even higher stage too, like, you know, you're on the cover of Forbes magazine, and back before, you know, social media was a thing, whenever it was, hey, you're on the magazine cover, you are that dude type of thing. Yeah, I think that stuff kind of goes to your head.
I don't disagree with you, man. But listen, I appreciate your time, so I'm gonna try to move on to another one.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I gotta head out here. So I hope you have a wonderful night.
Sure, I'm
Maybe
gonna.
we'll try this again some other time.
Okay, have a good one, man.
All right, you too. Bye.
Bye. All right, let me read through some of these real quick. Yeah, Big Mike, thank you again for the 5. It's crazy work that this caller's position is. I can't be informed because that takes time and attention to do. Bishop piggybacked off of that, said Big Mike spitting them big facts. Aslan, I have to look this up. Kellogg just moved out of America. They've been moving out of the country for years. I believe that's been happening with a lot of them. And hey, Arcus over on the Purple app. Does the caller actually understand the difference between general, export, or targeted tariffs, or does he mix them up? He probably mixed them up a little bit. And that's kind of the problem. He thought it was on all exports, right? Thank you, Dove, for the jewels. Big Mike, car companies import parts, components, and materials. International copyrighted and patent aspects of vehicle designs also count as imports, even though we might build here, little is actually made here. Correct. We don't actually manufacture all of the parts that go into assembly of a vehicle in the United States. So really, it's assemblies, not necessarily manufacturing. Thank you, Dawn, for the jewels. Geraldine, thank you for the jewels. Derpy believes that Trump is the Mussolini of our time. I can't say I disagree with you, but I don't know. All right, but we'll open this up to another caller. Really quickly, guys, if you are new here, be sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Over on TikTok, let's get the likes up. Well, you guys already hit 75. I got to update this, but let's go ahead and clear out this gift goal. If you're on the red app, you know who you are. I can't say it. Subscribe, become a member, send a super chat on the purple app. Follow, subscribe, send bits if you want. Do all of the wonderful things. I need this to be a touchscreen. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
36?
36. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
I want to give you my opinion.
On it, if you're questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today.
No, I'm not questioning it. I'm supporting everything.
You're supporting everything. Okay. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Lies?
Lies.
No lies.
Not lies.
Yeah.
He doesn't lie?
He's a New Yorker growing on, he's a businessman, successful businessman on New York. So he's going to talk and talk, but it's normal for a New Yorker.
It's normal for a New Yorker to talk. Is it not normal for any individual to talk?
No, he talks a lot, but,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but he don't lie. Everything
He doesn't lie.
everything he promised, he's doing it.
Everything he's promised, he's doing it. Okay. And he for sure doesn't lie.
Not, you know any lies?
I do. I know quite a few. Let's start with a fairly simple one. Well, in my opinion, it's simple. Donald Trump signed an executive order, went out on national television while doing it, and said that he wasn't going to cut funding or kick anybody off of Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, or SNAP benefits. And yet, in HR 1, the one big beautiful bill, we know that it's projected for 10 to 17 million American citizens to lose access to their health insurance coverage. So that was a lie.
Well, if you see by Doge, there was a lot of people that were 150-year-old. There were some people 200 years old getting Social Security. So
no, they weren't.
Hello.
That's also
Yeah,
been
you can-
disproven. I have looked it up.
No.
You can look at it. It's been disproven by factcheck.org, politico.com, usafacts.com. All of this stuff has been looked up and fact-checked, including for the 350-year-old individual that Donald Trump claimed in front of the joint session of Congress. Thanks for bringing that up. Or Donald Trump said, you said Doge, but Donald Trump himself reiterated these lies in front of the joint session of Congress. The several 250-year-old individuals that were receiving it, and then also the 150-year-old people that are receiving it. Do you happen to know how long Social Security has been in existence?
Yeah, I don't know.
How long? You don't know? Oh, that's fine. I don't know is an acceptable answer.
Oh, I don't know.
90
since,
years. Not even 90 years. 80 years. The first check wasn't even sent out 90 years ago. So it was started in 1935. The first check wasn't even sent out until the early 1940s. So yeah, it's still like 85 years old for where it's at. All right. And then the system that they use that for their processing is antiquated. So it's out of date. Okay. When you mistype the date of birth, it resets it to another number, which is why we know they're seeing these people that are 150 years old getting it, because their system automatically reset it to, let's just say, September 1st, 1918. Automatically reset it because somebody mistyped it. It didn't agree with their system. the way that their entries were required to be. And so
Yeah.
it reset it to an arbitrary date. That's
So
been
millions of
proven because we've evaluated the system that they've used for a long time and they haven't updated it. So it's human error. And then also people also, I don't know if people forget about this. We have survivor benefits as well. So it's not dead people are receiving checks, it's some of their beneficiaries are receiving checks. It's funny
So
how that
millions
works.
millions of people of 150 years old.
It wasn't even
millions
millions.
of
Donald Trump
dollars.
didn't even say millions, dude. He said thousands. He didn't even say millions. And happy
Well, you can
belated
check
or
on-
early birthdays to everybody that's been commenting their birthdays in the chat, just to catch all of y'all up in there too.
If you go to Doge.com, you can see there.
It's not
How many-
Doge.com. And also, I just want to remind everybody that even the Doge.gov website, while it was a .gov website, it reset to 1875. I was just putting a random date out there. Doge.gov was hacked, just so you're aware.
Okay, so it's hacking and from Russia.
No,
So
they didn't
what
identify a
about-
foreign country. They just said that it was, guess what? They'd been hacked.
So what about transgender operations on Guatemala? You agree with that?
Sorry, that was a pivot. Are your shins okay?
So you're agreeing to stop?
No, I'm sorry. That
transgender-
was a pivot. Are your shins okay?
I don't understand what you're saying. So, but do you agree with
We were
that?
talking about
Oh.
people losing health care in the United States of America, specifically talking about United States citizens losing health care and access to their Social Security benefits. And you went to something else entirely. Can't even acknowledge that he lied yet?
Well, we're talking about wasting money. So I don't agree with $200 billion on war too. So
On
I'm talking
war?
about
Man, you're
wasting
going
money.
everywhere.
So you agree with $200 billion for war, Israel and Ukraine?
Oh, no, bro.
You still there?
Oh, I've been here. I didn't hear your question.
Oh, so you agree with that? Wasting money?
On what, spending money to Israel? You do realize who sent big boom booms over to Israel, right? That was Donald Trump.
Yes.
Donald Trump also sent our F-15s to Israel.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all
So isn't it
allies,
funny
but-
you're complaining about sending money to foreign countries, but Donald Trump is doing the mostest when it comes to Israel?
Yeah, they're all allies, but
No, Israel is its own ally.
no, it's part of
Hey, Jody, they're not.
I-
They're their own ally.
Israel is part of forgot the name. They're all allies.
What are they a part of?
What's the name of it? They're all allies. So forgot the name.
What, the United Nations? There's 193 countries in the United Nations. Are all of them our allies?
Yeah, I think.
And no,
I can't
Lucky, that's
remember.
incorrect. Israel's not in NATO.
You know the NATO? Yeah, NATO.
They're
know
not
the
in
Abraham
They're
Accords?
not in NATO.
You know the Abraham Accords?
Didn't make them go into NATO, sir. They're not in NATO.
Israel?
Israel is not in NATO. They
Okay.
limit their membership to European countries. Israel is not a European country.
You know the Abraham Accords?
Yes. And guess what? historical scholars have pinpointed the signing of the Abraham Accords because it actually left out the Palestinian people, the West Bank and Gaza from the agreements, and other countries right in the Middle East from that agreement. They reference the Abraham Accords as actually being a part of the reason for October 7th, 2023. Man, you are
Okay, yeah.
your shins have got to be hurting because you are failing this obstacle course.
You know how they treat women on Palestine? The Muslims, how they treat women?
Am I in the United States?
Yes. You're
Okay, so then
supporting
that's
Fa-
invalid. No, I'm supporting
sup-
the fact that people don't deserve to lose their lives at the hands of a genocidal maniac that's in power.
I agree with that, but who pays
Okay,
for
cool. Got it. Thank you. I'm so glad we can
And
agree
who-
on that one thing.
who pays for it? Us. We pay for it. All those killings on Gaza, Biden
Yeah,
spend
congratulations.
money for
Yeah, I know. The blood is on Biden's hand. The blood is on Trump's hand. The blood is on every single representative and senator
not
that's
Trump.
in Congress. Oh, yes, sir. Donald Trump sent F-15s and bigger bombs than what was approved by Joe Biden before he left office. Joe Biden wasn't sending as big of bombs as Donald Trump has sent. So, no, sir. The deaths of those individuals are on both presidents' hands and every single member in Congress. All 535. Anyone that voted for any kind of funding for Israel is directly responsible and has blood on their hands for the deaths of the Palestinians. Period.
So on Trump's 4 years, everything was in peace on Israel.
Oh my
and
God. Is that all
Saudi
you got?
Arabia with the Abraham Accord.
That's not true. And also there were wars under Donald Trump. In fact, there was actually multiple violations and multiple conflicts between Israel and Gaza during Donald Trump's term. Multiple. More than 10, sir. More than 10. There were those issues. Israel was also bombing other countries while Donald Trump was in office. Similar enough to how they're bombing other countries while Donald Trump is in office now. They bombed Jordan. They bombed Lebanon. Are you aware of those, or did you just blink and miss it?
Well, according
Did
to
you know
the-
about those?
according to the Abraham Accord, from his 4 years, over
No.
there,
I
everything
need you
was on
to
peace.
acknowledge. Did you know about those? Yes or no? Did you know about the bombing on Lebanon and on Jordan from Israel and
Yeah,
Qatar?
that's,
This is in Donald Trump's 9 months of presidency.
Yeah, but at least we're not paying for that.
This
Israel
happened
paid for it.
now. How are we not paying for it? This happened in this administration. How are we not paying
right
for
now.
it?
Oh, okay, right now. Oh, okay. I thought you meant before.
No. I literally said since Donald Trump was in office, in his 9 months in office.
So when Trump do it, it's a big deal. When Biden do it, it's not a big deal.
What
That's
did
the
I say
problem.
earlier about Biden? I said he has blood on his fucking hands.
Yeah, he does. But when
Yeah.
Trump,
Okay. So then I'm not
Yeah,
supporting it.
yeah, when Trump do it, it's a big deal. When, for example, let me give you another
Okay.
example. When
No,
Obama,
dude, there are no more examples because I don't know if you're not listening or if there is
I
a
am.
comprehension issue because I've clearly said I don't condone Joe Biden and his funding of Israel. So
There you go.
I've
What
said it
about-
multiple times and you're still going back to it. You just got to go, what about Biden? Because I can't do anything but compare the two. And that's all you got is like, what about Biden? Because I can't, you are not able to put the two together and realize that Donald Trump, your commander in chief, does fuck shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, all he has is talking points. Anyways, thank you KRT for the 199. This goes right back to the last caller. Trump supporters aren't actually paying attention. He didn't pay attention to anything I said either. It just had to go back. What about Biden? The auto pen. Can you explain to these people how much money USA was spent on Iran for the empty basement? Thanks Israel for spending our tax money. I can look that up. I'm actually not familiar with that, Willie. So let's see. Oh. So with that, Willie, I will say this is that we're not sure if that claim is true because it is what the Iranian state media claim that they were evacuated and contain no nuclear material, which I do agree with as well because we have the satellite images that show the trucks leaving the nuclear facilities that were bombed by Donald Trump. And yes, Israel spent our money to bomb Iran. That's 100% true. Also, TikTok, guys, let's go ahead and get up to 100,000 likes. We should have been there 3 minutes ago, so let's do it in 2 minutes. You can do it. Mast cell activation syndrome, diabetic medical, I must have to live. He thinks I shouldn't because I need federal and state medical. Yeah, they usually don't think that you deserve assistance because you need assistance. And thank you, Keith, for saying that I have a good show. I appreciate that. And you're in New Zealand. Also, guys, again, if you have not taken the time to look up what New Zealand currency looks like, it is gorgeous. You will not regret it. It is so pretty. Go look it up. And I also encourage you to actually hold it. That's even more cool. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Me? I'm 24.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Of course, I'm a white supremacist. Hail Satan!
I think you said that wrong, bro. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
39.
39. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Not much. Maybe only his position with Israel and Palestine, but other than that, I'm in full support of Donald Trump.
Okay. So can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
Not off the top of my head.
Can't think of anything. Do you want to take a second?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. All right, let's see. We can go through a couple. I've got so many. It's so hard to decide ever where to go.
Should I not support him if he tells lies?
If the lies are harmful that he's actively telling, then no, you shouldn't support him, which I do believe his lies are harmful.
Who gets to determine how harmful they are and what the threshold
we can
is
look
to
at.
support?
Well, we can
Who
just
gets to
look at
determine
his.
that?
So that would probably be the people that are being harmed, right? So, like for
They
example, we can look at him signing an executive order that literally does nothing, where he basically made a promise to the American people on national television, saying that he wasn't going to kick anybody off of their Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP, or Social Security benefits. But what we find is, in evaluating the One Big Beautiful Bill, aka HR 1, that 10 to 17 million individuals within our country will lose access to their health insurance in our country, right? And how do we know this to be true? Is because this has already been implemented. The statutes that they have within HR 1 have already been implemented in 2 states. And at those state levels in Arkansas and with Kansas, in Arkansas specifically, they found that 92% of all individuals who who lost health insurance when they implemented their work requirement policy. 92% of people that lost health insurance already met the work requirement. They just either missed the filing date, missed a piece of paper, missed filling out a line, and then lost their insurance for 6 months because you have to wait 6 months before you can reapply for Medicaid.
And what is your point?
People losing access to their health insurance is harmful. And Donald Trump lying about people not being taken off of these programs and telling the people that will be taken off these programs is in fact harmful to the American people.
And it should be harmful enough for me to revoke my support?
Yes, if you have any kind of empathy within you.
Who determines whether or not that meets that threshold?
If you have, do you think that it's a good thing that 10 to 17 million people could lose their insurance?
It depends on if there's alternative systems for them.
Do you think that somebody that makes $781 in Social Security disability can afford to pay out of pocket for health insurance?
I don't know everybody's individual situation.
No, I'm just giving you an example, just an arbitrary number here. Do you think that they can afford to pay out of pocket for health insurance if they get kicked out because they're unable to work? Because they have a debilitating condition such as, let's say, mast cell activation syndrome?
And your solution to that is to
not
do what?
paperwork an individual to death so that they're purposely kicked off of Medicaid and won't have access to that benefit for the next 6 months, where people could literally die because they won't have access to their medication for 6 months, because the medication on its own could cost $1,000 because our pharmaceuticals are ridiculously expensive. And not only that, Donald Trump also put a 100% tariff on all pharmaceuticals exported from out of country.
Yeah,
So
it sounds like
pharmaceutical
that they need to
companies the prices are going to go up.
Yeah,
18.
so it sounds like they need a strategy of making pharmaceuticals go down or making our country a lot less reliable on pharmaceutical companies so that they have that kind of leverage on our medical system.
Gotcha. So you just
But
don't know how this works. Got it.
I don't think it meets the threshold for just revoking his support. there's a
Oh,
lot
okay.
of
So how
other-
about
there's a lot of other-
children? Because you do realize that in this number, 10 to 17 million estimated, that includes children.
I already answered that. Yes,
Oh,
when
okay. So
people
you're
make
okay if
policy-
children starve.
when people make policy,
Okay,
it's not
so
as
I got
simple
it.
as like
So I'm just clear. You are okay if people die as a result of losing access to their health insurance for 6 months. You are okay if children starve in the United States of America for losing their parents losing access to SNAP EBT benefits and Medicaid insurance to cover children, because people forget that Medicaid insurance is not for old people. It is for children and the medically frail. The people who cannot work or cannot work enough to sustain them on their own, right? So you're okay
May I
if
answer?
these individuals die. This is a simple
May I
yes or no
answer?
question. You're okay if these individuals die.
May I answer? May I answer? You keep cutting me off. I'm trying to give you a thoughtful answer. So I think there's a lot of different strategies for supporting people and their medical decisions, and I don't think it's as simple and as black and white as government give people all of this or people die. That's just a false dichotomy, and you're using that to use empathy against the people that disagree with you so that you can label them as bad people for not agreeing with you. And so that's just it's a very dishonest technique, and it's disingenuous, and the issue is a lot more complex than you're trying to make it.
So that's not an answer to my question. Are you going to answer my question yet?
I just did, ma'am.
You didn't.
And I don't think that it meets the threshold for revoking his support. I still don't know who gets to decide that threshold.
Gotcha.
Do you think truth is objective or subjective? Because you say he lies.
Oh no,
Do you think
facts
truth
are
is objective
objective.
or subjective?
Facts are
What about truth?
objective.
Well,
Truth
facts
can-
are truth then.
Truth can vary per person. Because like
Fa-
people
well,
have their
fact-
own truth. Like people
facts are
people believe the Bible as truth, which we know it's just a story. So no, the word
Fa-
truth has
facts
many
are-
different meanings.
facts are supposed to be representative of something that is true, is it not?
No, not necessarily.
So what is a fact then?
A fact
A
is
fact
something
is
that's
not true?
provable.
A fact can be something that's not true.
Oh my god.
Said truth is subjective,
And yeah,
but
Meg.
facts are not subjective. Facts are objective. How does that work out?
Because facts are provable. I literally gave you an answer.
Because what's provable?
You're awesome.
Facts are provable, which makes that fact true or untrue,
Hey,
right?
let me try asking you this question. Is
You're
a
in
square a
contradiction.
rectangle?
You're in a contradiction with yourself, ma'am.
Is a square a rectangle?
Is a square? No, a square is got even sides, and
So
a
a square
rectangle
is a
has
square.
two
Now
sides
are
that
rectangles
evil.
squares?
No, rectangles are rectangles, and squares are squares.
Incorrect. I don't see this is
No,
so all rectangles are squares, but squares are not all squares are rectangles.
is that a fact?
Yeah, bro, it sounds like you failed geometry to me.
So it's true.
It's a fact.
Is that fact true? Does that represent
Are
something
you
that's
able
true?
to ask any other questions aside from that? I literally tried to like pressure you on this by asking a completely different question because I've literally have already answered this multiple
No, you
times.
didn't.
Not all truths are indeed facts because guess what? People believe in their own truths. Literally, people say this is my truth, right? Telling your story is your truth. But people do have faulty memories and sometimes they forget something, right? Which is why when we have stories of different things, it's you have one person's story, you have the second person's story, and somewhere in the middle, you have the truth. So no, sir, I don't like all facts
somewhere in the
are
middle
true,
of
but not
people's-
all truths are facts. I hope that helps.
So
I
in-
literally just did
so-
this for you. I gave you an analogy.
So in
I gave you an analogy, and I hope that you understand it. That all facts are
Talking
true,
over
but
me
not
isn't
all
an
truths are
argument.
facts. I literally don't know how to help you out with that. Did I say it the wrong way, Thomas? My God, my bad. That's what it is. It's
You're
all
awesome.
squares are rectangles, but not all rectangles are squares. Thank you. But that's why I was saying it's the same way. All facts are true, but not all truths are facts. I don't know how else to explain it to you. No, I would have. It's okay, Dean. You could have corrected me. I have had cancer twice, which caused me to have a stroke. Without Medicare, I would not be able, could not afford my blood thinners. Thanks for caring, dude. He doesn't. And I'm so sorry that you are going through that. It's really, I hate that people are going through things like that. And thank you, Eric, for the $9.99. The word Riddler over here calling in. Yeah. So, like, it's just really silly. Thank you, Jones, for helping out with the gift goal. Guys, help Jones hit the gift goal. Also, keep tapping the screen over on TikTok. Hit the follow button up at the top if you haven't yet. Also, giving a quick PSA. So, TikTok, I'm muting you. Don't freak out. Okay. Over on YouTube, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, be sure to hit that subscribe button. You're welcome to become a member. We do have memberships available. I would like to get 5 new members tonight. I haven't seen a single new member come in over on YouTube, but Hopefully we'll get somebody. There's 880 people in one chat, 30 people in another. So I would appreciate, guys, if you haven't become a member yet, it's the cheapest way to do it. $3.99 for 1 month, and you ain't got to think about it again. Just for 1 month, guys. We do have super chats available. I like to read super chats between each guest, so I appreciate them coming in. It does help me continue to do this for a couple of hours, 6 days a week. Over on Twitch, be sure to hit that follow button if you're new here. We have subscribers available on Twitch. We have bits available. You can highlight messages. I don't know how that part works, but it's very interesting. But yeah, guys, do all of the wonderful things. And we're back over on TikTok again. Sorry for muting. And if a mod can answer the question on, yes, I put stickers back up. If a mod can answer the question, someone was asking what the purple app was. If y'all can help out, I appreciate you. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
40.
40. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I've never supported him.
Awesome. Well, W you, sir. I appreciate that so much. You have a great rest of your Tuesday night.
No.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hey, how old are you?
I am 42.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes. Do you?
No, I do not.
And why is that?
Well, I would actually like to ask you a couple questions real quick. What has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
To destroy the world.
That has you, Donald Trump is destroying the world?
Yeah, that's a good thing.
No, I asked you what had you questioning your support in Donald Trump.
Well, there's no questioning my support. I fully support him. I want him to destroy the world like he's doing right now.
Go be an accelerationist somewhere else. Glad to know that you enjoy human suffering. Odd. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
40. I called earlier. You hung up.
Because you're not supporting Donald Trump?
Why should we? That's what I'm saying. Like,
I don't support him,
people-
so I don't think anybody should myself.
right, but there's points that need to be made, like the stuff that he's doing. Like
Oh,
with
no, I
Israel
agree.
in
That's
particular.
what I'm doing on here. That's why I asked people to tell me what they're questioning about their support of him. And then if they're not able to, which most of them don't, ask them 3 lies. And then I dig into some of the lies that he's told.
Out of curiosity, what are your thoughts with his relationship with Elon Musk?
Elon Musk bought a presidency. Well, at least while he was a contracted worker or whatever he was.
He's a CIA agent. He works with the CIA, very close to the CIA. But I was just wondering what your thoughts were on him.
Elon Musk is trash.
Yeah, he is. He's very much so. Bill Gates too. A lot of them. So a lot of these people who are pushing for Israel, I'm just letting you guys know, y'all who are following Trump, he's playing on y'all. Just to let y'all know, he's saying one thing up front, but behind the scenes he's doing another. So just letting y'all know. So Israel is really in control of America. Just letting you know.
Agreed. Appreciate you, man.
All right.
All right, bye. Thanks for calling. Oh, they hung up. Sorry about that. I spaced out for a second. Yeah, that was a very pretty gift. Thank you, Snowflake. I appreciate that. Again, friendly reminder, hit that follow button. And Princess says, I'm not a mod, but if you sub or gift a sub to Ari on Twitch, you get 3 months of Duolingo. How about that?
You're awesome.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
I am here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 37.
37. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Absolutely. But before we go tit for tat, I like to start with something positive we can agree with. And that is when my grandchildren because I have children. I'm not a childless heathen. When my grandchildren ask me who is the worst person in my life, that's an easy question, and I'm going to tell them Bibi Netanyahu. He is a mass murderer, and the ethnic cleansing that he is committing against the Palestinian people is just awful. And any ending he meets will be too good for him. He deserves to rot slowly.
Okay.
Now to the meat of it. Well, before we get to that too, as well, when I find out people's birthdays, I like to figure out what their parents were thinking, and yours is October 28th. So that means unless you were born a week or two late and your parents made you on Valentine's Day, then they made you around the end of February, and you're in Colorado. So I could just picture Mr. and Mrs. Ari's parents, cold Colorado night towards the end of February, trying to keep each other warm. Mrs. Ari's mom is feeling a little cold, and
I decided to save you all from hearing this because this is weird. Yeah, I wasn't even born or made in the US, so that's cool.
I didn't say you were born or made in the U.S. But anyway, you messed up earlier. You said NATO is all European countries. I didn't know the United
Except
States
for
of America
Canada and the
or
United
or
States.
Canada is European countries. That's
No,
strange.
I don't think you heard me when I said, I specifically
No,
said
I heard what you
they
said, and then also I didn't know.
restricted their membership to European countries only. The founding members are the exception. I didn't get a chance to say that.
Yeah, and
So that
yeah,
would
and who
be
fits
that
the
would
bill
be
for everybody?
that
Who
would
fits the bill
be
for everybody?
that would
Who
be
puts- no,
Canada
that's
and
not
the
what you
United
said. That's not
States.
what you said.
Canada
You said
and the
NATO
United
membership
States.
is all European.
Canada and
You
the
said
that is
NATO
not what I said at
membership is
all.
all
That is
European.
not what I said at all.
That is
I
exactly
said,
what you said. Roll the
oh
tapes
my
backwards.
God,
Roll the tapes
calm your
backwards.
tits, bro. Jesus, you
roll the
are
tapes
more
backwards,
emotional
dude.
than a woman that, like, I don't know, is on her fucking, or sorry, is PMSing, because I don't know if people realize this, but women actually get emotional leading up to their period,
That's just
not
an
during
excuse.
their
Your dick is
period.
bigger
Like,
than
I know you
mine.
don't know that because you've probably never been around a woman. I don't know how you have a kid. You must have adopted, poor kid. Anyways, so what I clearly said,
adopted
what I
poor Piglet.
specifically said was that NATO has restricted access to, like, has restricted their membership to European countries.
The
What I
Piglet
didn't
guy,
get a chance to say, because it was irrelevant to the point at the time, but apparently it's got your panties all up in a twist, sir.
Yeah, now it's what I
And
didn't
so,
get a
like, what
chance
I
to
didn't get a
say.
chance to say is that the
Oh, you didn't get a
exception
chance to
is
say.
to their founding members, which is the United States and Canada. But yeah, no, I'm sure you're not familiar with Article
didn't get a
10,
chance to
or is it
say.
Article 11?
Right,
But it's
right. You mean
Article
you were
11.
wrong.
Oh, he said the
You
N
were
slur. Oh,
wrong.
good job.
Wrong.
You now have to. You said slurs, so
You
bye,
were
bitch.
wrong. You were
Okay. Let's be clear, guys. Article 10 or 11 specifically limits the ability for any country that is not a European country to enter into NATO. So let me double check. Article 10. Cool. Oh, he said it twice? Sorry, guys. I couldn't hear him because I took off my headphones because he wouldn't stop screaming because he was so emotional. Venezuela has the largest oil, gas, and gold reserves. They want to overthrow the government like they did in Libya. Why does he say no more? Because he just lies, Willie. Because he does lie a lot. Oh, he lost me a long time ago. Like, I literally muted so you guys didn't have to hear his weird diatribe about his internal thought process of imagining two random strangers doing things that he's never seen before It's really fucking weird. Thank you, Precious, for the jewels. I appreciate that, but Willie, he just lies. He wants to start lies. Oh, is saying the N-word with a hard R a slur, Jim? Because that's what he said. I do not stream on Discord as well. I stream on everything else. God, y'all are freaking weird. Not everybody, but plenty of people are freaking weird. Can we get a sane person calling in? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
All right. Yeah, I'm watching you right now on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm barbecuing me some hamburgers and brats. Yeah, I don't support him. I did in his first term, but then he backstabbed us.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Okay, well, I mean, I appreciate that, man. I'm just looking for
Kind of
people
wish
that are...
everybody to open their eyes and see what's going on. He's like Netanyahu, you know. He says, "Oh, we're not shooting them Palestinians. It's the Hamas." No, they were shooting them. But yeah, and with what he's got going on,
Enjoy your
I'm
brats, man.
64.
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yep.
Awesome. How old are you?
Hello?
Hi. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Hell yeah, man.
Okay. And what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
Well, really, I'm not really questioning anything.
Mhm.
I just wanted to debate you, so.
I don't do debates. I have conversations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
So
let's
can
have
you
a
tell me,
conversation.
can you tell me 3 lies that Donald Trump has told since he was inaugurated into office?
I don't know any on the top of my head.
You don't know any? Mm.
No.
Okay. Who, Donald Trump says that foreign countries, the foreign governments pay for the tariffs that he placed on other countries. Is that true?
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
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 So, you have your phone in front of you, right?
Pretty much, yep.
Okay. So I'm going to do this at the same time. What I want you to do is I want you to do this with me. Go ahead and open up your web browser.
Yep.
And go to Google.
Yep.
And let's type in this together. Do foreign governments pay the U.S. for import tariffs? Did you do that with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll read you the question to type in again. Do foreign governments pay the U.S. for import tariffs?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to try
That's what
again?
Oh, yeah, no, it says no, actually.
Yeah.
I
And that
think
actually
that-
comes from like the Tax Foundation, which is a right-leaning source. They are pretty good, but they are right-leaning. So, like I would encourage you to read that first search result, assuming it's the same, which is who pays for tariffs? Americans will bear the cost of the next trade war, February 19, 2025. So I would definitely, yeah, it's actually
Where do
the
you get all your
American
information?
importer that pays for tariffs. Oh, I get my information from a variety of sources.
Okay. Like,
It just kind of depends. I prefer international sources. So if I'm looking for news updates, I will look at things like BBC, Reuters, Al Jazeera, as long as it's not about Israel. What's the name of the Chinese one that I actually do? Or it's the Asian one. But I look for ones that have no political leaning. And you guys, this is again, Ground News, sponsor me. Get Ground News because they'll tell you the bias of each site, and they'll also tell you their factuality scoring.
Okay. Do you use Daily Wire?
Daily Wire, no.
Oh. Well,
I
you should
literally use
maybe,
Ground News.
Oh. Well, the Daily Wire is pretty good for news and stuff like that.
Okay, so let's see. Daily Wire media bias check. This explains so much. Okay.
I mean, it's literally just
the Daily Wire bias and credibility. Far right with a mixed factuality scoring. So they have a right bias. Overall, we rate the Daily Wire right bias based on story selection and editorial positions that align with the conservative rights. No, I don't want to see that message. We also rate them mixed for factual reporting due to the promotion of propaganda and a few failed fact checks. They rate on a scale of 0 to 10 as a 7.2 as far as their bias rating. Their factuality, again, 0 to 10 is 5.9. Medium credibility. Yeah, they're mixed and they're far right.
Well, what's your point? Like, it really doesn't matter if it's leaning right, left, like.
Okay. So do you want me to try a different one that I was talking about? So let's do Reuters, for example.
Well, yeah, it's probably a leftist thing, and you're just like.
No, it's not. I'm putting it right up on the screen. I'm literally putting everything I'm looking at. It's called Media Bias and Fact Check. It's mediabiasfactcheck.com is the website that literally looks at these things. And this company was started by a group of 3 individuals. One is right-leaning, one is left-leaning, and one is center. And they put all of their heads together and came up with this whole algorithm that evaluates the sites, right? So Reuters, they are
child grooming.
Okay. So they are considered the least biased. Overall, we rate Reuters least biased based on objective reporting and very high for factual reporting due to proper sourcing of information with minimal bias and a clean fact check record.
Oh, so they're not child groomers. They're pet groomers.
Yeah, they're tech people. I know that's like so crazy. Let's see. What other ones did I say? Oh, BBC. We're going to go ahead and teach some people some media literacy here. No, I typed BBC. Enter.
Oh, okay.
Why does it keep going back to Reuters? That's annoying. Hello. There we go.
It
took a moment. BBC. So they are left center. Okay. So overall, we rate the BBC left center bias based on story selection that slightly favors the left. We also rate them high for factual reporting due to proper sourcing of information. Although they have failed a fact check, they appropriately issued a correction. Wow. We also have CTV News, which is a Canadian news source, which is also considered a center news source. But I'm just trying to teach you some media literacy here because you trust the Daily Wire, which is a 7.5 out of a 10 scale for severe right-leaning bias. So, it makes sense why you feel the way you do.
Well, they have some, but also Ben Shapiro.
7.5 is not some, sir. Some would be 1, 1.5, no more than 2.5 for sure. Some is not 7.5. That's 3/4. Do you know what's? You do understand that that's 3/4, right? That's 75%, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so that's not some.
Okay. Well,
you understand
but
that?
Ben Shapiro's pretty good. He's
Ben
religious.
Shapiro is a hack. I'm done. I'm not dealing with that. Ben Shapiro's a hack. Sorry, not sorry. Yes, the callers do need to be MAGA, but they like to. It's okay sometimes. Yeah, he's just not going to admit it. I know it. That was actually like pulling teeth. And thank you, Warren. Happy birthday month. Again, if I've missed anybody's birthdays in the chats where they're saying my birthday is X, Y, and Z in October, happy early or belated birthday to every single one of you October babies here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Maybe we can get one more caller. Also, come on, TikTok. Let's get the likes up to 150K. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
I'm 29.
29. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
No.
Did you support him before?
Yes.
Okay. I guess what had you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement?
I would say his bombing of Iran's nuclear facilities and his support of Israel. I think the amount of influence that the Israeli government has in the United States is alarming, and the amount of covert attacks that their intelligence carries out in the United States is unmatched by anyone, including Russia and China. So I'm just wondering, why we're supposedly allies with a country that treats us so hostilely.
Dude, I wish I knew.
Yeah, and I'm like a very conservative, but I feel like this is like an American issue, like regardless if you vote Republican or Democrat or you're more liberal or you're more conservative, I feel like all Americans, if they knew the influence that the Israeli government had over the United States and our arms industry and our elected officials, like everyone across the aisle, this is a cross aisle issue, should be
W. Crow for becoming a sub.
against that
I
amount
did
of
not mean to miss
influence.
it. Yeah, so I think that like for one thing that we could do is get rid of super PACs within the United States, specifically like AIPAC is one of the biggest issues. That's why Ted Cruz, he used to have a different view and then he realized he was losing out on campaign funding money. So then he turned around, bent over, spread the cheeks and said, "Come at me, bro." For AIPAC.
Yeah, I just saw him on Tucker Carlson was talking to him recently, which it's weird that it was Tucker Carlson calling him out because I believe he's controlled opposition as well, but he was basically calling him out on taking money from AIPAC, and it was just hilarious to see. I think Marco Rubio is another big recipient of money from AIPAC, but it's most of the people in Congress, especially the Republican Party, but Democrats as well, receive money from AIPAC. It's like,
oh no, for sure they do.
Yeah,
That's
you
why the
can't
whole
get a-
thing needs to get rid of. Like, that's why.
Yeah, they should. I agree with you. They should ban foreign lobbying, like lobbyists for foreign nations. That's common sense. That should be illegal.
Are you familiar with Israeli bonds?
No, I'm not. What is
Yeah.
that?
So I encourage you to look it up. About 25 states in the United States, their state government actively invests in Israeli bonds, which is like
Oh, wow.
literally giving them money, right? It's
Yeah.
similar enough to how Japan is the number one holder of our treasury bonds. But now we have 25 states in the United States that purchase the Israeli treasury bonds. That's more than just that's at the half the country, right? And Florida, actually, I was getting to that, Becky. Florida just passed a law that they don't have to buy ones that are rated anymore. They can buy unrated bonds. So they have the potential to lose out on money if it were to fail for any reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
So on top of the billions in aid and
That
the
we give at the
armaments and
federal
weapons,
level. States are
yeah,
funding them too.
that we give to them as what not a grant because they would have to report it or something. We give it as a loan, but then we forgive the interest on the loan, and they're the largest recipient of federal money. States are also giving money to a foreign government by buying bonds in their government. Wow, that's ridiculous, but it doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So I agree with you, man. Hey Chris. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and move on. I'm glad that that's at least that was a hard line for you. I appreciate that one a lot, actually. So keep getting out there and being honest, dude.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello.
Hey, I'm sorry about that earlier. I didn't know what I was talking about.
Cool. I'm not talking to you again. Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you okay? Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are you?
37.
37. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yeah, mostly.
Mostly? Okay. And so what has you questioning your support in Donald Trump or the MAGA movement today?
His deployment of National Guard troops in the U.S.
Fantastic. Would you agree that that potentially violates the United States Constitution and also U.S. law?
Absolutely. Yeah, also absolutely.
Awesome. Anything else that has you questioning it?
I mean, well, in the same vein, it's like the deportation of illegal immigrants, I think, is slightly, I don't know, gregarious.
Sorry, the dog barked and scared me.
No worries.
Yeah, no, I think he's definitely doing questionable things when it comes to the deportations. I do agree. So, hot take, guys. I do agree with deporting people that are not supposed to be within the United States of America. I just think that we need to do it in a different manner than how it's being carried out by this administration.
What do you think would be a better option of the way that he's doing it right now?
For one, not doing mass deportation, because I think that's what's causing what we see in detention facilities where people are being ignored. They're not getting the care that they need. They are,
Right.
in fact, like some people have actually died while they've been in detention. Supposedly, again, like I don't know, but supposedly because they weren't being given access to their medication. And so I think that if we did it on a smaller scale and not push for this giant mass deportation that we see, we would potentially not run into these issues because we have always done deportations in the United States, right? They did it
Right,
under Biden,
absolutely.
they did it under Obama, they did it under Donald Trump's first
Right.
term, and we didn't hear mass stories in the way that we're hearing about them now.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Doing it at a smaller scale. My question is like the media portrays left or right the extreme cases, right? So it's like, oh, we have these Venezuelan gangs and what have you, and they're causing all this mayhem. And it's like, how do you think a better way to portray that would be?
Well, if you're talking about, are you referring to the Colorado story for Aurora,
Yeah.
Colorado?
So yeah, Aurora is the best example.
Yeah. So what we know, and there's actually a lawsuit that, at least last time I checked, that was pending against the owner of that apartment building, the landlord, for
Right.
paying people to film that video that then got posted online.
Right.
Similar enough that he's also suing the state for, I don't remember exactly what he was suing. Oh no, I think he's suing the state for slander because he claims he didn't do it. So it's like this,
Right.
he's being sued and then he's countersuing. And I mean, it's his residents that were saying that he paid people to do that. And even then, like the mayor said that it wasn't happening. The governor of Colorado said that it
Right,
wasn't
right.
happening.
Well, it's like,
And it's just something that you kind of have to look at it. You kind of have to look at it from more angles than just what you're seeing up front, right? Like
yeah,
somebody on the
absolutely.
right's being like, Colorado is overrun. And then you have the governor and the mayor saying that's not really true. And then you can
Right.
dig further and you see that the landlord's being sued, the landlord is countersuing. You see that the residents all said these things, that it's been issues that they know about him making it worse and it was a slumlord and stuff like that.
hmm
And they just say a lot of things, right? But it's just more of those things you just kind of have to look at it from multiple angles, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like, don't just
absolutely.
trust one news source. That's why,
Right.
guys, I love ground news. Just gonna point that out there again.
What was that? Ground news?
Ground news for the win.
All right. And what should I use them?
Why? Okay, so let me pull this up real quick. I like them a lot. So ground news, when they report on stories, they'll also give you each, like, because they use an AI system too where they're evaluating this. So like for
Mhm.
example, my top one that I just clicked on is Ecuador detains 5 after attack on President I'm gonna mess that up, Noba's car. And so what it
Okay.
does is it will show you the funny thing is that on there, and this is the weird thing that I wish they changed, is that the left sources, their color is red, the right sources colors are blue.
Okay.
I don't know why. Center is white. So it'll show you like how many of the sources that are reporting on it are on which leaning bias. And so it kind
Mhm.
of shows you how well it's being reported
Okay.
on the scale. And then when you scroll up, it'll show you what sources you can choose from. And you can click on one. So like this one is South China Morning Post. It'll tell you that it's an international one and that it has a high factuality rating.
Okay.
And then you can look
And
at, I personally just click on I click on the ones that are rated for high factuality and no bias. So center,
okay.
international, high factuality.
All right. Sounds good. Is there a way for us to allow you to get sponsored by them?
Dude, I don't know. I keep joking about it almost every single stream. Like, guys, sponsor me, please. It's okay. Maybe eventually they'll get found. You know.
Yeah, I got you.
Start tagging
but
everything on all my videos, guys.
and so why I support Donald Trump is I think that the economy is slightly better. I know you ask a lot of people about like 3 lies that he tells, and he's like, I got rid of inflation. It's like, no, you didn't, bro. It's 3%. It's 3% for, time of memorial. But like, I think that the tariffs may be supporting job growth in the U.S. and like internal infrastructure.
Short term, they're not though.
Well, yeah, obviously short term, there are a lot of issues, but I think long term, well, it's like he's stuck in the 80s, right? He feels like Detroit should be building cars again, and it's like America's innovation is not there, and it's like we really rely on like technology, and it's like I feel like Biden went about the whole like student loan forgiveness wrong. And that a better option would be like, hey, if you're doing STEM, those should be forgiven. And I know neither candidate actually talked about this, but I feel like that is like a key issue that we should be addressing.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't disagree that Biden definitely went about the student loan forgiveness wrong. However, I think he did it the right way towards the end of the day where he did forgive the student loans for those that were actually like critically ill or disabled, because they're not going to be able to
Well,
work. They're
yeah,
not going to be able to pay that back. And then what? You're just going to take away
right.
all of
So,
their
so
disability income, and then they just aren't able to live in general. It's not a good look, right? So, I mean,
right.
thank
No,
you
absolutely.
guys
That
for becoming subs
it's
on
like
TikTok.
it's like most loans have some sort of like, if you get disabled or whatever, they should be forgiven. And it's like, yeah, that's totally good. But repaying everyone like a blanket statement, I don't think is the way to go. And it definitely doesn't encourage anything. And I feel like although Donald Trump is somewhat sporadic with this, I feel like he's trying to create innovation within the US.
Mm. So here's what I know. Is so far since Donald Trump's been president, we've seen the unemployment rate increase. We've seen
Okay. Yeah.
inflation year over year also increase.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it's still 3%.
year over year. So August of 24, inflation was 2.5%. August of 25,
Okay.
inflation's 2.9%. So that's what? It's year over year.
Okay.
And even though we already know that BLS has already completed all of their data sourcing for the month of September, thanks to the government shutdown, the administration is refusing to release the reports that the Bureau of Labor Statistics former department head under his first administration says is already compiled. He would guarantee it because that's how they work. So he's got it. They're just not releasing it. They're refusing to release it, and I have problems with that.
Right, right.
And then what we've also seen is since the tariffs were actually implemented, right, like full on implemented, is so in
Okay.
June of 2025, we saw that we
Yes.
had more jobs available than we had workers available, right? And then in August of
Right.
2025, that flipped. So we now have more available workers than we have jobs.
Let me just verify. June, you said there were more jobs available than there were workers, and then in August there were more workers than jobs. Correct?
Correct. So the numbers just flipped.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Which is why we're seeing the unemployment rate the way it is, and why it's honestly probably not going to improve anytime soon, I don't think.
Right.
So that's kind of why the Fed is looking at the interest rates. They have a high so they lowered the interest rate, we know that. But they did
Right.
it with a high probability, and Powell said this himself. There's a very high probability that inflation is going to increase regardless of the Fed rate dropping, but they're hoping that
Right.
that Fed rate dropping is going to increase employment, so unemployment will go down. But there is no guarantee. They could see both continue to rise. And what we know from his first term in tariffs, and just if we just look at Donald Trump and his business alone, like his Trump companies, right?
Well, yeah. Trump companies are terrible. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they're
understand
all
where you're coming
everything's
from.
made overseas, right? And even when he put out all these tariffs on China, his first term, his kids never brought manufacturing from China to the United States.
Yeah.
And if we look at that as a starting point, then in my opinion, we can see that these don't bring back jobs to America because they just kind of never have.
Well, so here's my point: is that I feel like he's trying to do the right thing, but he's doing it wrongly. If that makes sense. Like he wants to create innovation in America, and his way of doing that is through tariffs. And he's like, all right, we're going to do tariffs on steel and whatever. And it's like, we should be doing something else in order to create innovation. Like I said, STEM scholarships would be great.
So here's what I'll say, and I'll kind of this is a good quote that I like to hear, or that I like to say.
Right.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Right. Sorry, I'm hearing an echo. Is that on me or
It's
you?
not an echo. Sorry, I have a. It's not you. Go ahead.
All right. No, I totally understand where you're coming from. My question for you, this is the Mega Support Helpline after all. I think that JD Vance is a terrible candidate for the 2028 election. Who would you recommend Republicans choose for a centrist instead of JD Vance?
I'm not sure that there's really a centrist left when it comes to the Republican Party or the MAGA movement or anything like that.
Oh.
I would like the Republican Party itself is very questionable right now. The
Right.
people that I would say that I've kind of have appreciated their views recently would be like Thomas Massey. And gosh, hold on, I always mess up who it is. You guys always have to help me out with this one. I always mess it up. The guy who literally always votes against funding or increasing the national debt.
Right.
I literally always forget his name. No,
I have no
that
idea.
guy is a Ash. That's a Democrat. That's not Massey. It's not Thomas Massey. Paul Rand is okay. I'll give him that much, but it's not Paul Rand. It's not Paul Rand, guys.
What is this? The 1960s?
It's not Rand Paul. Hawley. No, it's not Hawley. Is it Hawley? Is it Josh Hawley? It might be Josh Hawley. Some
You
bloke
said Josh
named
Hawley?
Jim. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not Rand Paul, guys. It's literally someone that it's Hawley. Massey's good, but he has questionable shit. I would even pause it, and I know this is going to be like a hot take. I used to live in North Carolina. To a degree, I would even say Tom Tillis, but he kind of still sucks.
All right, cool. Well,
No, I'm not
I
disagreeing
appreciate-
with you guys. Hawley is bad. He's just had some decent takes recently.
Cool. Do you have any other questions for me?
No. So I'm actually gonna let you go.
Alright.
I'm like a minute and 10 seconds away from when I normally end, so it works.
All right. Well, I hope you have a lovely evening.
You too, man. Thank you.
All right, later.
Bye. Giselle, thank you. Preciosa Serena. Hola. Hola. Giselle. Yeah, exactly. My time's up anyways. Keep it on track because I've got a little conference call to be on. Yeah, that was nice. I appreciate cordial conversations, guys. I don't like yelling. I don't like weird people envisioning what parents like. Bro, that was odd. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Chris. Guys in the chat, if you can wish Chris's dad a happy birthday in the chat, that would be so cool. Also on TikTok, can we get 2 more followers? On TikTok, don't freak out. I'm going to mute you for half a second. Cool. Over on YouTube, over on Twitch, I am going to go ahead and end for the night. Thank you guys so much for being here. We did get 1 new member on YouTube, so I do appreciate you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as per usual. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Y'all have